The president's campaign filing lawsuits in Michigan and Pennsylvania earlier today demanding to halt ballot counting. That's after calling for a recount in Wisconsin.
In Michigan, the lawsuit submitted by President Donald Trump demands the counting of absentee votes stop until an election inspector from each party is present. Attorney General Dana Nessel responded to the lawsuit, stating Michigan's elections have been conducted transparently with access provided for both political parties and the public.
All right, let's dig deeper now on what's driving this legal action. We're joined by University of Toledo constitutional law professor Dr. Rebecca Zitlow, that is. And Dr. Zitlow, is there substance behind what the president's legal team is trying to do throughout the day today?
Each of these cases are about relatively minor legal issues. So yes, there is some substance, but they're not major cases.
What about Wisconsin? Former vice president projected to win there. The president calling for a recount. You've looked at the numbers. What do you think could possibly come out of that?
The campaign has a right to ask for a recount because the margin is under 1% of the total vote. But it's unlikely that it would make any difference. There was a recount of the very narrow margin in 2016, and after the recount, only a couple of hundred votes had changed. So it's unlikely to have any impact if they, in fact, do go ahead with the Wisconsin recount.
Earlier today, President Trump said he's prepared to take his case or cases all the way to the Supreme Court. What would it take for that to actually happen?
Well, that's a good question. The cases that you talked about, the Georgia case, the Michigan case, the Pennsylvania case, are all state law issues because states run elections under state law. In order for a case to get to the Supreme Court, it has to raise a federal issue. None of these cases do. So it's unlikely that they would go to the Supreme Court. They may try to come up with some novel theory, legal, federal law theory to try to get to the Supreme Court. But even if any of these cases did, they wouldn't make a difference in the election in the way we saw in the year 2000 because the margins in these cases are much larger. The case of the Georgia case is just about maybe 100 ballots, same thing as the one in Pennsylvania. So we're not talking about the kind of case that's going to change the results of the election, even if it did go to the Supreme Court.
All right, Dr. Zitlow from the University of Toledo, thanks once again for your expertise. We appreciate it.